Hey, what's up, you guys, and welcome back to the Coffee Break Podcast, or welcome if you're new. I am your host, Melissa.
And I'm your co-host, Elisa. How y'all doing out there today? Thank you for joining us on our 8th episode.
Woo!
Woo! I screamed so loud, I guess. Apparently, our audio guy did not like that. Welcome to those who are just joining us. I want to ask you, why are you starting on the 8th episode when, you have 1 through 7 to do?
Yeah, stop.
Check?
Go back.
Yeah, stop. Go back.
Watch.
Rewind. For those of you who refuse to because you're just a rebel in heart, the Coffee Break Podcast is that friend you haven't seen in a while, the cousin that just moved back in town, or that old spark you're ready to kindle and get together again. But it's a bad idea to get together again. But you should, but you shouldn't, in that awkward state, life happens. Well, anyway, come and enjoy us as we talk about gossip, movies, video games, even today's segment, magic, on that great steamy cup of joe like it's just due today. And we'll do a coffee of the day segment, which we will be doing right now, Melissa.
What's our coffee of the day?
It is I need to look at the word or I'm going to mess up, and I'd rather not mess up. Affogato. I was about to say affogato. I'm so glad I checked it. It is affogato.
What is that?
When you go into like those ice cream places or like coffee places, it's that small little shot with ice cream in it, because it was made in Italian. It was made in Italy. And the word affogato in Italian means drowning in coffee. So what they do is they get, in Italy, gelato. And I'm not going to try pronouncing it because I know I'm going to mess up. But gelato, and they pour a shot of espresso over the ice cream. Oh. And when I was doing my research for it, the first thing that everyone kept asking was, how do I eat an affogato? And I was just like, you eat it? I mean, like, they give you a spoon when you get it, so
like a regular ice cream.
Yeah, just regular ice cream, and then you drink it. Sound guy Joe actually tried it once when we all hung out, and it's actually pretty good. It's pretty good.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
It's all right.
He said it's all right. I mean, I thought it was good, but I think it depends also where you get the ice cream from and what kind of coffee place, because if you get it from an ice cream place, they're not really focused on coffee.
Yeah, and gelato is definitely a lot more different than regular
it's very
ice
sweet.
cream. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so, it's just ice cream that is drowned in a shot of espresso.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, mm-hmm. So, yeah, that's our coffee of the day. So, Melissa, what is our segment for today,
Our
girl?
segment is magic. We're going to talk a little bit about magic.
She's an expert at this.
No, I'm not an expert.
Stop saying you're not, because you are.
Okay.
If I say you are, that means it's true.
No, okay, so magic, from what I've read in a lot of like my, Wiccan books and just like those lessons, lesson books of how to learn what Wicca is, and and like spell books. Sometimes they'll sell the spell books in stores. You'll see those. Like sometimes they talk about magic in a real sense. But to me, magic is subjective because it's to every person, magic is different.
Yeah. Like
there are those earthy people who believe there's magic in nature. So that's subjective.
That's what I think when I think of magic is like nature.
So like other people feel like, love is magic because, you can't. It's just in like that sort of sense, it's very subjective as to what magic is. Now for me and for like even people who are Catholic or Christian, like certain steps getting to whatever you need to do, like your confirmation, your first communion and all that stuff. Yeah. That in a sense is a type of magic. Like people don't really think about it that way because they just see their religion as what it is, their faith and stuff, which completely true. But magic is unbiased. It's not neither good nor bad. It's just pertains to which person. You can be a witch.
Yeah.
In like I've said before, I think in another episode.
Yeah.
Is that magic is not, it's unbiased. You could either be Wiccan, you could be Christian, you can be Catholic, you can be Jewish, and you can do magic. You can still be considered a witch. It doesn't matter. You can just, adjust your faith or what you believe in into your magic.
So it doesn't have to be like, what is your
I'm Wiccan.
Called? You're Wiccan. Okay. Yeah. So you can't just be like only a Wiccan. Like you can actually be like a Christian Wiccan or like a Catholic Wiccan. Yeah. It doesn't matter. It's just like as long as like.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. Just like I don't know if you've heard of Santeria. Santeria is basically magic that is infused in Catholic religion. So rather than using, God and Jesus, they're using God, Jesus, and the other what's it called? I had a brain fart.
It's happening all morning.
But the other like deities or saints, they use saints and angels to their call for whatever ritual that they're planning on doing. They call on those figures.
Is friendship magic?
Friendship, I think friendship is magic because you don't get along with everybody, right?
From all the Wizard and Witches cartoons. Like, was it Winx or Wix? What's the one?
Oh, Wix. Oh,
is
God.
Is it Wix the one with the very bright and colorful saturated animation, right?
I think so, and it's like they're all like fairies or something.
Yeah, they're all fairies and magic, and of course, it's friendship. That's how they always won their battle, and they were able to teach like after 2 years of like school. Like, it did not make any sense. And one had like the red dragon in them. Yeah, that's like the first thing I know when I think about like magic. I'm like, I want that when I'm a kid. I'm like, I want to be a fairy.
Yeah, like I mean, like Harry Potter. I love Harry Potter. I wish magic in the Harry Potter sense was freaking real because that is just to me so amazing.
It
like
is. I mean, love the world that they set up for.
I feel like that's something that's more appealing is that the fact that they made it so like so now and fresh and
they like, did, yeah.
They could I just tapped on the table. I'm so sorry. But yeah, like I don't know, just something so appealing about the Harry Potter world that just to me was like, this is what I want to do. This is amazing.
Yeah. It's also a great franchise too. But like most of the reason why I want to talk about like magic for this segment is because in the 4th episode when we had Sankai Joe as a guest,
right?
You talked in the end near a little bit more about being a Wiccan and everything like that, and that kind of like got my interest because a lot of people like Harry Potter is a great example of both like good and bad, quote unquote, but it's also good just be like what you said, it's like it's about you, it's not about like dark magic or light magic, it's more like what you're doing with your magic, and if you are using it for evil stuff, you're gonna be a dark magic person, and it's all like about everyone's intentions or what they feel. Like if you're placing bad intentions onto somebody, expect that to be returned to you, though. Yeah, like that's one of the main rules. Like if you whatever you project out into the world or the universe or whatever, be prepared for it to come back to you, and 3 times sometimes. It's like if you do something really terrible, expect that to happen to you 3 times over, and especially it applies with karma. With good things like karma. That's exactly what it is. Excuse me. But yeah, it's very subjective. That's all. Like that's the biggest way I can explain it is just, I guess like a lot of people don't know either because like I've been watching a lot of like shows on Netflix,
right? And
a lot of them have been like about magic, and a lot of them honestly has been about like magic is bad, and I feel like sometimes kind of Hollywood makes it seem like they're bad, like.
Well, I mean...
Kind of. And a lot of the newer, millennial ones, kind of feels like they're all...
Wait a minute. We're millennials.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. Like the Chilling Adventures of Sabrina.
Right. Like that, I'm not going to lie, that show kind of rubbed me the wrong way. But, I mean, it's because that's just how they interpreted magic and the world of witches and stuff like that, which is completely fine, but just doesn't really follow my views. That's why it kind of turned me off about it. Like, I tried watching it again, and I'm just like, keep an open mind, whatever.
Yeah.
But it just, I don't know. I just couldn't watch it because of that. Like, I just felt like it was too dark.
It is dark, and, like, the second season came out a while ago.
Yeah.
And I was watching it. I'm not done yet, but, like, I was watching it, and, it was it's very dark, and it gets more dark because it is dark magic. Like, they praise, Satan. Yeah. Like, oh, that's a new term.
It's just said so openly. Yeah. I'm just like, oh my Lord, what do I do?
Hold my pearls. I was like, oh, okay. But when the more people I talk to, in general, they think a lot of when I talk about magic, when I talk about, like, witches or, like, Wiccans, they all think they're bad. Like, even people, because I'm Christian, but I'm more open to everyone. I'm just like, yeah, just treat me with respect. I'm going to treat you with respect.
Yeah.
And a lot of people think, like, Wiccans are automatically, like, evil.
Yeah.
Or they believe in dark magic. And I'm like, no, technically not really.
Yeah.
And I don't know fully everything, but a lot of people think it's just like, this is evil. This is duh. Like, oh, you shouldn't be hanging out with that person because she believes in magic and that's dark. Or they're like, it's just... It's crazy. But,
it's just like there's a lot of categories. Like, even now, I don't know. I don't know everything. That's why I'm like, I'm not an expert because, like, I'm constantly learning every day. Like, always.
We're always learning every
day. And so it's just like, just that basically, that I'm always learning. So I don't know everything, but I'm always really prepared to learn whatever I can. Like,
how do you learn about being a Wiccan? Like, how do you learn about, like, the culture? How do you learn about, like, anything that has to do with it? What do you do? Right.
So, like, the first steps that I took was definitely a lot of, like, inner searchings. Like, well, I learned completely different from, everyone can learn completely different. Obviously, I feel like to get the basics of Wicca, you start off by reading books. Like, learn about what Wicca is, learn about paganism in its whole, like, what it means to be a pagan, because, like, being, it's definitely a religion, so it has to, you definitely have to learn it. It's just like starting with whatever, with like Christianity, you start reading the Bible and stuff like that. So basically, Wiccans have their own types of Bibles, but it's all different. Like, I forgot what the author is of the book that I started reading, but it basically teaches you the bare bones basics of what Wicca is and how you can incorporate magic into your Wicca and like rituals, holidays, and all that stuff. It'll teach you that. And then after that, I started going on the internet and looking up basically looking at everything and anything that has to do. So, like, learning about the pentacle, learning about pentagrams, learning about holidays like Samhain, like Imbolic and all that stuff. So learning about all of the holidays, what they do, what they mean, and then also, like, taking in consideration as to how I feel about things that I'm learning. Okay.
I have a question. So, raise my hand. Teacher, senpai. Pentagram is the star, right?
The pentagram is the star, and the pentacle is the star with the circle around it.
Okay, the pentacle is the star with the circle. And, it doesn't mean, like, Satan or anything like that.
No,
right?
no.
Unless you flip it,
unless it's inverted,
okay. But if it's not, like, because I was doing a commission for someone that wanted a Sabrina art from the Chilling Adventures of Sabrina, and I was checking up some references and of like of their art and stuff like that, and a lot of them I was kind of iffy to put because I didn't know what it's called. I didn't know what to put on, so I was just like, I don't want to be rude. I don't want to be like disrespectful or anything like that. So I was like, I'll just ask Melissa. And we'll see what happens. Okay, so what are they called again? So pentagram
and a pentacle.
Pentacle with a circle.
Yeah.
You learn something new every day.
Yeah.
But okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, continue.
No, and then so, like, that's basically how you start learning. You just start learning, like, symbols. Symbolism is very, very, very apparent in paganism. Like, you see it everywhere. Same with Christianity.
Yeah.
You see it everywhere, like crosses, the, like, infinity symbols and all that stuff. And the fish. like we pagans have the same thing, and
Yeah.
so like, but it seems like there's more because they also add like runes and stuff like that. But it depends because runes are often used more with like Norse mythology. That's also what you have to incorporate into your own Wicca, is that which kinds of gods are you trying to bring into your life, right?
Yeah, I was about to ask you like
so
what
like
gods or
yeah,
goddesses do you...
that's exactly why I say it's subjective to each individual, because you're not just learning about the religion, but you're learning about the gods and which ones do you believe in and which ones do you feel you can incorporate into your life.
Yeah.
So like I used to really go towards more of the Gaelic mythology. I was super into Gaelic mythology, but I felt like it was a lot of the things were really hard to pronounce, and I didn't really understand a lot of like it was just a little more difficult to learn because you're also learning a different dialect and a different language in general.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of like easing my way into like more of the Greek mythology, because it's kind of a comfort zone for me, because we always learn Greek mythology in high school and middle school and elementary.
That's true. Yeah.
So like a lot of us are very well versed in Greek mythology,
I know
right?
The Odyssey,
yeah.
That's the one thing.
Yeah.
My English teacher like put it up right.
Yeah. And so like also with Egyptian mythology, like it's so easy because it's already taught to us in school.
Yeah.
So
phone light, like
I know.
And I look right into it, and it like blinded me.
Don't do that.
What are you trying to do, you witchcraft? No.
It's a cell phone.
Yeah, witchcraft. I don't believe in technology, as I have all the technology around me. Sorry. Continue, senpai. Teach me your ways.
So yeah, like you learning about each gods and which ones you want to incorporate into your life. You have to also look into mythology and of different generations of religion. So I'm kind of leaning towards more of the Greek mythology, just because it's a comfort zone, and
you're already kind of used to it too.
Yeah, that too. And like familiar. And like having to go like and learn a new different like stories and culture of like the Gaelic and Celtic stuff. It was a lot harder for me, even though it's pretty similar. Like they're all pretty similar, but it's still like pronunciations and all that stuff. It's kind of hard, especially if you're doing rituals towards certain gods and asking them for like help or whatever.
Something like
that. Something like that. Yeah.
Senpai, I have a question.
Yeah.
So, senpai, what about alchemy? How would that be portraying to magic as well? Because I know you mentioned something about like if you do something to someone, it comes back to you like 3 times.
Yeah.
But sometimes in alchemy, it's just like equal return.
Yeah, because
equal.
Yeah. So with alchemy, it's usually a give and take. So you're giving something to take.
Yeah.
So it's like an offering. That's basically the same thing.
Yeah. If you ever watch Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, because that one's, in my opinion, a bit better than the other one.
That's what I keep hearing too.
It honestly is. It's a more satisfying end than the other one. Just go watch it. I'm not really gonna spoil anything for you guys, but Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood is the best. But I learned a lot of alchemy from there because they actually do their research.
Yeah.
And their animation and their anime. Yeah. And it actually taught a lot to people, more of like what alchemy is and stuff like that. Of course, they had their own story plot and they have to like, edit it a bit. Yeah. That's their world. Yeah. And so I was thinking like, is alchemy like the same thing? Because like, well, I feel it was an equivalent exchange. There we go. That's the phrasing. Yeah.
Yeah. Equivalent exchange. So that in a sense, it is magic in a sense, but it's more science. Okay. Because you're like mixing different elements into whatever you're doing, and
they draw the patterns.
Yeah, to, like, exactly.
Something. Yeah, the symbols and everything. Yeah,
like sacred symbols and stuff like that. That is still used today. Like even like sacred geometry is still true. Yeah, it's still really prevalent here, in the States too. Like I've been seeing it everywhere. Like even in logos and stuff, like I'm seeing them. I don't know.
I'm seeing it a lot too. Yeah, like I was actually checking out like coffee places. I was hanging out with a friend of mine, and we were looking for coffee places, and a lot of coffee logos has like a symbol of like kind of like that, or like one had the alchemy symbol actually was just like pretty cool.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, that's really cool.
Yeah,
it's very
like
eye-catching.
Yeah, like the not restaurant. It's like the donut shop that my sister Natalie works next to.
Yeah.
Theirs calls us Devil's Dozen.
I love that.
Their donut place, and they use a lot of like demonic symbolism in there.
Yeah.
Even though it's like, I mean, like I said, like nothing means anything unless you place meaning to it.
Yeah.
So basically, they're using like symbolism in there, but it doesn't mean anything unless you believe it does.
Yeah.
That's basically how I interpret that.
No, I agree with you. It's like you can take like, because you know how some people just wear shirts with symbols on it. They have no idea what it means. It just look cool to them.
Yeah.
It's kind of like that. It's like, yeah, this is just a symbol until you start putting more meaning behind it. Like,
exactly.
If that person was saying like, yeah, this and that, this is what it means. Okay, sure. But if you're just wearing it because I liked it because it was cool.
Yeah.
Then okay, that has no meaning behind it.
Yeah.
When I first tried the devil donuts.
Yeah.
Or dozen.
Devil's Dozen.
I actually tried it at church.
Oh.
And the person that bought it tried like scribbling it really hard, and Joe actually pointed out, hey, read this real quick, because she forgot to mark one part.
Yeah.
And it says devil dozen. So we like grab something and like just scribble it so she doesn't get in trouble. But it was like honestly the best donuts other than Voodoo Donuts, which is amazing. If you ever go to Universal Studios, from wherever you are from, go to Voodoo Donuts when you're there. There's no line. Honestly, there's never a line there.
No?
No. Never.
I've never been there.
No, there's never been a line. Like, a lot of people were saying, well, okay, there's a line, but it's not that long. Like, it goes by fast. But it gives you enough time to figure out what you want, because it's also cool because they have vegan donuts, too.
Yeah.
Yeah. But, that's a side note. But, yeah, that's kind of cool. Like, it's just a symbol. Like, if you think about it, it is just a symbol without the meaning.
Yeah.
Because I can literally draw a star, because a kid in at one of my jobs drew the pentacle, and all the kids were saying like, no, that's bad, that's this and that.
Yeah.
And I was telling them like, no, if he doesn't put upside down, it's fine. And I was trying to educate them like, no, this is okay.
Yeah.
And he was just drawing it because he likes stars.
Yeah.
And he just drew a circle saying this was my favorite one. He didn't even mean to make the pentacle.
Yeah.
He just said this is a star. So it was this like, the first thing they all said was like, oh, he's he's a demon and blah, blah, blah. And I was like, okay, let's slow down.
My goodness.
Slow your roll, children. Slow your roll. So it was just like crazy to hear that from kids thinking like automatically that meant a bad thing.
Yeah.
And that's why I wanted you to bring that topic up, because it doesn't mean evil stuff, you know? It's how, like what you're saying, it's how you bring, like how you upbring it.
Yeah, how you perceive it to yourself and how you,
I'm probably one of those people that does like nature kind of thing.
Yeah.
Because I'll be like, I'll get a rock, I'll get a twig. No.
I do the same thing. I do it all the time. Like on my trips, I try to like make a thing to like bring back something like that, you know, will bring back either a memory or, you know, just like something that will bring back memories of your shared experiences. So, like this last time I went to Sinaloa, I brought back a turtle shell that I found.
Oh yeah, the one you have in the jar right now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And I was like, oh my God, this is so cool. I mean, so sad for the turtle.
Yeah.
But it was really cool find.
Prayer for you.
Yeah, basically, like you can like a good prayer is just, you know, thanking whatever died for its gift.
Yeah.
So simple things like that. Like, and like again about paganism and just like, you know, I guess transitioning from one religion to another. I'm not saying it's easy. I am going to tell you right now, it's really difficult because you're basically, you know, giving up what you used to believe in. Yeah. And so it's like for me, it took me a year of study. Like that's what I gave myself, like a year of study and then another year of practice. And then like from there, I'm just like on my own.
It's kind of like going to like a new job when they don't train you.
Yeah, exactly.
And you're like, I've been doing this for X amount of years, and then you go into a new job and they're like, well, this is how we do things.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, this is weird, but okay, this is my life now.
Yeah, basically. That's kind of
yeah.
like how it is when you're like a self-taught artist and then you go to art
yeah.
school and then you figure out you've been doing it wrong the entire
Or
time.
you've been doing it the long way and you're like, oh, shoot, I should have done this way. Yeah.
But there are like no covens here in where we're from in SD, so it's just like I'm basically on my own. Like there are groups, but they're not covens, and I kind of like it that way though because just because like everyone, like I think I've said before, it's just like everyone's faith is completely different and the ways they practice are completely different. And so like there can be clashing of opinions and all that stuff, so it's just like better just to keep to myself and be solitary. I mean, I feel like a lot of people say that that's an excuse, but I mean, I like it. Yeah, I like teaching myself.
If it's in your comfort zone, then you do you. Kind of thing. Just
like because... I do go to like certain shops because we do have shops here.
Yeah. I've been to some shops.
Yeah,
They're really
and
cool.
yeah, they are. And I do ask questions from time to time, but that's as far as that goes. Okay. And so for the most part, I just go look at their books and buy whatever I need and leave.
We need to do an episode of her actually like teaching me something like on video. Like I would like for you to bring your book or something like that. And you need to bring your like shell next time so people can see it if they want to see it, you know.
Yeah, because I also collect curiosities, so it's not just it's not just me collecting like magical. It's not just like me collecting dead things and stuff, but it's just like I like that stuff. Like I don't know if anyone's seen this show. It's called Oddities. Watch it. That is so interesting. Like I love like old carny stuff. I love like vintage items of like
you're like a vintage collector.
I love that stuff.
Don't you also have like a jar full with like is it you that has like moss in it and like twigs and stuff like that? It looks like a mini
like a terrarium.
Yeah, it looks like a mini terrarium, but
I have like three
care of it.
I have 3 terrariums and I have a jar that's filled with dandelions.
Yeah, that one. Yeah.
That was a wishing jar, so yeah.
That's so cute.
So whenever I find like a full dandelion fluff, I just put it in there.
Oh, well, you guys should do that too. So you get a jar and you get dandelions, you just put it in there and you make a wish.
Yeah, you collect them, and before, so basically, it's a ritual that I found online, which I thought was completely, like, I think it's so cute and cool that you can do with children, whereas you make wishes using all of the dandelion fluff. So, like, once your jar is completely full, you take it out with your kids, and then you pick up each dandelion fluff and make a wish and blow them all out.
Oh, that's cute. That's actually a cute idea, just like the bond with like your kids.
Yeah, or like incorporate or start teaching them slowly if that's what you want to do. Yeah. Teaching them your pagan religion, stuff like that. So like incorporating paganism into your life. Then that's one way of doing it. Some simple, not harmful ways of teaching kids.
That's super cool,
magic and stuff.
I want to try doing the dandelion now. Just gotta make sure no one ruins it.
I mean, your jar doesn't have to be as big as the one I have.
No. Her jar is like this big.
Yeah,
my jars are like this big. Okay?
It's ridiculous how many jars I have. It's not even funny.
Yeah, she has a bunch of jars. She's like, her room is so magical because when you go in, she has like lights hanging, and then in the middle she has what's it called? What are those called? It's like a It looks like what they put in cradles for babies.
It's like a chime. No, not a chime.
I forgot. But she has like gems coming down.
Yeah,
and when
they're
the light
crystals.
Hits it, when the light hits it, it's like different colored lights are hitting the walls. It's like super like earthy and super like
bohemian as hell.
What's it called?
Bohemian. Yeah.
Boho.
Like a weird bohemian freak.
I mean, she is weird, but no, don't hold that against her. But yeah, that's awesome. And just, be respectful when you leave comments. Everyone's different. Everyone has the right to their own beliefs. But yeah, thank you, Melissa, for, and hopefully we can share more of this in the future. Maybe we can do more videos of her actually like showing more of. Well,
I'm learning tarot right now, so maybe I might do that.
She should
do a segment for that, but I'm not sure yet.
Okay. We're going to let her train a little bit more. We're going to let her get her license online.
You don't need a license. You just need to learn.
She needs a license. No.
I probably do.
Right. But, yeah, this is all the time that we have right now. And this is also an awesome episode today. So
it was really chill.
Yeah.
I feel really chill today.
Yeah, it was really nice. I kind of like learning about your culture, not culture, your Wiccan culture and your coven and all the symbols and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And understanding more of like, this is not just only evil stuff, it's actually a mixture of everything.
Yeah.
Just the way that you handle it, just like life. If you just take everything with a grain of salt, your life's going to be horrible. Yeah. I know a lot of people that likes doing that to themselves. Where it's just like, everything's bad. I'm like, no, it's not. No. Nothing's bad. But yeah, this episode was sponsored actually by this little cute cactus. Isn't it cute? It's a crochet cactus with an orange flower. For those of you who are not watching our video, it's a cute little cactus.
Or can't keep plants alive.
What was it called? Cacti? Yeah.
It's a cactus.
Okay. If you can't water your plants, or remember to water them, and you kill them every single time, like me. This is the perfect plant for you. This is actually brought to you by River E Element Art from Etsy. They make cute little cacti, cute little donut plushies. If you're late on the Easter, here you go. These were made. I made these for Easter, and I showed off to people. And also, mouse ears for amusement parks. Grab them.
There's so many.
There is a lot. Oh, they fell on her. If you're interested in wearing donut headbands, concha headbands, or even mermaid-inspired headbands, or even just blue monster headbands, check them out on the Etsy. Again,
they sell out fast.
They do sell out fast. I keep selling out of them. River-E-Element-Art. I will put a link onto the descriptions, so don't worry. If you guys are interested, you're going to that magical kingdom for a day or two, or you just want to wear them for fun, go ahead and check them out. There's a discount code. Gosh dang. Discount code called, okay, give me a bit. CBP10. CBP10. That's the discount code on your purchase, and that is 10% off. So, yeah, thank you guys again for listening, and hopefully we'll hear you guys soon. Actually, we're like, peace.
Bye.